Morning, Thursday.
Good morning,
Welcome.
Thursday.
Good morning, Thursday. Good morning, Vicky. Good morning. Thank you for
Thursday.
joining us. Do you? Okay, because I know that you buy them, and I always get. I'm kind of against them, but pineapple.
Oh yeah, I don't understand why you're so against pineapple.
Okay, because
at Costco the other day they had samples of pink pineapple.
that sounds like a myth.
It was delicious.
Really?
It
Did
just
they dye
tasted
it?
like pineapple.
Okay, so like pineapple is great. I think
Yes.
I used to see them in Indonesia. They grow on the ground like little bushes. Yeah, they're cool. They
What?
grow everywhere. Yeah, they grow on the ground.
What?
You never knew that? They don't grow on trees. Yeah, they're kind of like a cauliflower. Like they have a little bush, pointy, and then they have the pineapple. Yeah, you can Google that later. But I feel like we've ignored pineapples.
Did you know this?
Listen, other people might have.
Pineapples grow on the ground?
Yeah, but you could watch
Okay.
it. Like in Indonesia, you can just walk by a pineapple and like start eating it, mowing it. They have banana trees too. Did you know that banana trees look like paper? Like they look like they're all leaf. Like even their stalk looks like you could blow it over. But they have like banana bunches. Like they might have 100 bananas on one like stalk.
And it doesn't fall over?
It doesn't fall over. I don't know how that's possible.
Okay, back to the pineapple.
One reason I don't like the pineapple necessarily is because I think sometimes you treat them like flowers. And so you just put them on the counter.
Yeah.
And then they rot on the bottom.
No. You have to put them on the counter until you can pick it up by one of its leaves. And if it falls out, then it's ripe and ready to cut. And then you cut it, you cut the whole thing, you put it in the fridge, but then's the tricky part.
So I think sometimes you don't do it.
Do you know the tricky part?
Yeah.
You have to be so careful that you don't exceed your limit of pineapple pieces per day.
So I do that too often. So number one, I think sometimes they go rotten on our counter.
No, they don't. They never go rotten on our counter.
And then number two is that I have a hard time only eating a very specific amount because that amount isn't very big. Eight
pieces of pineapple.
8 pieces of pineapple.
And then you need to stop until tomorrow.
Do you know what happens? Because you get your pick tongue. It burns your tongue. It burns your tongue.
Your tongue
because
will go raw.
It has an acid and a protein in it that takes away your saliva. I looked into it. And
so the recommended daily dose of pineapple pieces is 8.
8 with bacon. Opinion. And you should have bacon with them. Yeah, bacon and pineapple is very good. So that being said, today...
Why did this come up?
I was just thinking about pineapple because yesterday, guess what I made? A pineapple kombucha.
Pineapple kombucha.
Yeah, because we're like seasonal. What is seasonal right now? There's literally no season in Canada that's appropriate for kombucha. Like melted snow kombucha.
There's no...
Dog dirt kombucha.
Ew.
Like it's just like melting. I don't like this
rainy day kombucha.
Yeah. So we made pineapple kombucha because
to transport us to the tropics.
Yeah, that's the point. So today there will be pineapple. Today, maybe later today, there may be kombucha.
I'm excited.
Would be pineapple-y.
I had a conversation recently during which I may have wondered if pineapples grew on palm trees.
No, those are coconuts.
Coconuts grow on palm trees?
And where do you get palm oil from?
I don't know.
Oh my goodness.
But then these little things had fallen on the ground and I was like,
so
what is this? And so I picked it up, but it was like hairy and hard and I didn't like it. And so I put it back.
Where was this?
In Florida.
Oh, in Florida.
Not here.
What? Where have you been?
When I was in Florida. They were all over the parking lot.
All right. We're just showing you how simple we are and how sheltered we are. We don't get out much.
Except I read something or heard someone say that they actually, until they were a grown-up, thought that the sun and the moon were the same object. And I was like, that's next level.
What?
They thought that the sun and the moon, like they were like confessing this on a podcast, that like they were grown up when someone said something to them about the moon. And then they were like, but how? Because the sun, they could still see the sun. And they were like, but how? And then her sister looked at her and was like, "You're joking, right? Please tell me you didn't think the sun and the moon were the same thing." And she really did thought the sun and the moon. Anyway, okay. We should move on. Sometimes we think silly things, and that's okay.
It's okay. Thank you for that story.
I thought pineapples maybe grew on palm trees. I don't know, but imagine if they fell on your head.
Well, that would be
pineapples need to grow on the ground. That would be
do you know what a durian is?
Oh.
They're like in Indonesia, they're like this big, and they're illegal to carry on the train or the bus because they smell so bad. And in Indonesia, things smell bad, period. Like people smell bad. Like there's
it just smells bad in Indonesia.
You can have your 18 chickens in a basket and get on the bus, but you can't have a durian. It's like that's where they draw the line. And
buses smell bad in China.
Inside of a durian seems like an overgrown culture of gutter. Like it's disgusting.
We have to move on. We're going to do a reading and a meditation.
That's why we're here. We're not here to talk about fruit.
Today's thought for the day. One drink started a train of thought, which became an obsession. And from then on, we couldn't stop drinking. Do you know how I translate that sentence?
Go ahead.
One thought started a train
of overthinking.
It became an obsession. And from then on, we couldn't stop obsessing. We developed a mental compulsion to keep drinking until we got good and drunk. People generally make two mistakes about alcoholism. One mistake is that it can be cured by physical treatment only. The other mistake is that it can be cured by willpower only. Most alcoholics have tried both of these ways
many times,
amongst many others, and have found that they don't work. But we members of AA have found a way to arrest alcoholism. Have I gotten over my obsession by following the AA program? Meditation for the day. I will try to be unruffled no matter what happens. I will keep my emotions in check. Although others about me are letting theirs go, I will keep calm in the face of disturbance. Keep that deep inner calm through all the experiences of the day. In the rush of work and worry, the deep inner silence is necessary to keep me on an even keel. I must learn to take the calm with me into the most hurried days.
And so part of that mental obsession is having fear set me in motion. Like that's where it said the trains of motion. And then the mental obsession, the thinking of overthinking and then needing a break. So like highly emotive situations and arguments and conflict, like conflict's good. We have to do it in a healthy way. All of those things spark enough fear, which light the mental obsession. And so I think the meditation today, especially if you're early in recovery, is just eliminate all sources of high emotion. And sometimes people have to take time off work or readjust their whole work schedule or readjust their employment, what they're doing, because the addictive life you've made a life out of your addiction. And so you might be in these intense situations that me as a person can't handle that. And so one of the things that I have to confess to, that I have to concede to, is I'm not like normal people. And so I have to find my life out of recovery, not fit recovery in my life, because that's where I'll get these spikes of adrenaline. And when I have all these emotions, then that's really what sparks that mental obsession. Is like, I just need a break. I just need to, it'll all be here when I get back.
So I think that it doesn't happen on our own, and it's not something like it said, I just can't drum up the willpower to like stay unruffled through the day. But there are choices and decisions that I can be guided to make that will bring me to that new state. And I think that, especially in early recovery, I don't make good choices. Like I really don't make good choices. And so having like another person, a trusted person that I can like go to or talk to, but also, starting to develop or like even explore the idea of like letting God guide me in those early years is really important.
And so many times we're not even making choices. Like we're just living our lives the way that we've generated them to live. And then we get into this recovery because like life is so hard. And it's like the storm needs to be on the outside. The storms are going to come. But if the storm is on the inside, it's going to provoke that fear that's going to light that mental obsession that takes me out, that puts me on my cell phone, that puts me over here, over there, puts me at the bar stool, and relationships that I don't need to be involved in, all that stuff. So today, would you have peace on the inside? Would you have calm on the inside? Would you be unruffled on the inside? Because the outside is lots of times not calm, lots of times unruffled. But in the storm, we can still have the strength and the peace inside of us because we're being powered by God. So
I pray that I may be still and commune with God. I pray that I may learn patience, humility, and peace.
Keep the peace. Be of good behavior. And come and get your pineapple.
Thank you, Judge John.